Stevie Nicks, the queen of rock, is finally revealing the dark, twisted side of her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham, a story of heartbreak, manipulation, and secrets that could ruin the image of one of the world's most famous couples. At 76, she's breaking decades of silence, and what she's saying will leave you completely stunned. You won't believe the truth behind the music. Imagine living the life of a rock legend, adored by millions around the world, with fans screaming your name at every concert, and yet struggling with shadows that no audience can see. That's exactly what Stevie Nicks, the iconic Fleetwood Mac singer, has revealed about her relationship with fellow bandmate Lindsey Buckingham. At 76, Stevie has finally opened up about the complexities of their past, giving fans a rare and deeply personal look into a story that has long been the subject of speculation. For years, people admired the musical chemistry between Stevie and Lindsey, often assuming that creative brilliance must be accompanied by perfect harmony in their personal lives. But as Stevie herself has revealed, the reality was far more complicated, filled with emotional highs and lows that shaped both their careers and their personal lives. For decades, Stevie and Lindsey were considered the ultimate creative duo. Together, they wrote, performed, and recorded some of the most memorable songs of the 1970s and 1980s, creating an enduring legacy that continues to influence musicians and inspire fans today. Hits like Rhiannon, Go Your Own Way, and Dreams became anthems of love, heartbreak, and human emotion, and their chemistry was a key ingredient in the magic that made Fleetwood Mac one of the greatest bands in rock history. To the public, they appear to be perfectly in sync, musically, professionally, and even personally. But behind the scenes, their relationship was anything but perfect. Stevie's recent interviews peel back the curtain to reveal a candid, unfiltered look at the emotional turmoil she experienced during her time with Lindsey. She described a relationship marked by intense passion, but also tension, misunderstandings, and emotional struggles that few could imagine from the outside. The very qualities that made their music so powerful, their intensity, creativity, and emotional depth, also made their personal connection challenging and sometimes painful. Stevie's openness about the struggles she faced is both shocking and heartbreaking, offering fans a rare glimpse into the personal cost of life in the spotlight. What makes Stevie's revelations even more compelling is her honesty about how these experiences shaped her as a person and as an artist. She doesn't shy away from admitting the heartbreak and frustration, but she also highlights the growth, resilience, and strength she gained from navigating such a complicated relationship. Her story serves as a reminder that even the most iconic figures in music are human, facing struggles, heartbreak, and emotional battles that fans rarely get to see. At 76, Stevie Nicks is not just reflecting on her past. She's sharing a story that resonates with anyone who has experienced love, loss, or the challenge of balancing passion with personal well-being. For fans of Fleetwood Mac, her account provides a deeper understanding of the emotions behind some of the band's most beloved songs. It's a story that combines the glamour of rock stardom with the very real, very human struggles that come with intense personal and professional relationships. By finally speaking out, Stevie not only sheds light on the truth behind her partnership with Lindsey Buckingham, but also reminds us that behind the music we love, there are real people with real stories, some joyous, some painful, but all profoundly human. Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham's connection began like something out of a rock and roll fairy tale. From the very moment they met, there was an undeniable spark that drew them together. Their energy was magnetic, both on stage and off, creating a chemistry that fans could sense in every note and lyric. The way they complemented each other musically was extraordinary. The push and pull between Stevie's mystical, ethereal voice and Lindsey's intricate guitar work created a sound that was both passionate and timeless. Hits like Go Your Own Way and Dreams weren't just chart-topping songs. They were emotional diaries, capturing the highs and lows of their intense relationship. Fans could feel the raw emotions embedded in the music. Love, desire, frustration, and heartbreak all woven together in a way that only true chemistry could produce. In the beginning, their relationship was intoxicating. There was laughter, joy, and a sense of shared purpose that made every day feel electric. They were both completely immersed in music, and that shared obsession fueled not just their careers, but also their personal bond. Touring together, writing songs, and performing on some of the world's biggest stages, they seemed unstoppable. Their creativity and passion for music were mirrored in the fire of their connection, and for a time, it seemed as though nothing could come between them. The world saw them as the ultimate power couple of rock, a combination of talent, allure, and undeniable chemistry that fans couldn't get enough of. But as their fame grew, so did the challenges. Life in the spotlight brought constant pressure, scrutiny, and expectation. Touring was grueling. Recording sessions were intense, and the constant public attention put an enormous strain on their relationship. The very intensity that fueled their creativity also began to manifest as tension. Arguments, misunderstandings, and emotional clashes became more frequent, often spilling over into their music. What was once a passionate, exhilarating bond slowly became complicated by the pressures of success and the difficulties of living life under a microscope. Stevie has openly admitted that at times, the love she felt for Lindsey was inseparable from pain. Their personal relationship was deeply entwined with both joy and conflict. An emotional roller coaster left lasting scars. The very same experiences that inspired some of Fleetwood Mac's most legendary songs also tested their emotional resilience. The push and pull of love and creative partnership created a complicated dynamic that was difficult to navigate. Their story is a reminder that passion, while thrilling, can sometimes come at a high emotional cost. Yet, even amidst the tension and heartbreak, Stevie and Lindsey's connection was undeniably powerful. It was a relationship that shaped not only their personal lives, but also the music that would define a generation. The intensity of their bond, the love, the conflict, and the shared artistic vision, left an indelible mark on both of them. Even decades later, Stevie reflects on those years with honesty and insight, acknowledging both the beauty and the pain of that unforgettable chapter in her life. Their relationship was a blend of magic and turmoil, proving that even the most iconic partnerships are rarely simple, and that great art often comes from equally great emotional depth. Stevie Nicks has never been one to sugarcoat her experiences, and when it comes to her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham, she doesn't hold back. Over the years, she has openly described their bond as emotionally challenging, sometimes even toxic, and far more complicated than fans had ever imagined. While the world saw two iconic musicians creating legendary music together, behind closed doors, their connection was often fraught with tension, misunderstanding, and emotional turmoil. The very intensity that fueled their artistry, the passion, the creativity, the drive to succeed, also brought challenges that made their personal lives incredibly complex. Stevie has revealed that the emotional strain between them didn't just affect their romantic relationship. It spilled over into their professional lives as well. Working closely together in a high-pressure band environment meant that every disagreement or unresolved conflict could impact their music. Moments of jealousy, subtle manipulation, and miscommunication created a constant undercurrent of stress, making every interaction both exhilarating and exhausting. Fans might have imagined that the lives of rock stars are filled with glamour, excitement, and endless fun. But Stevie's story is a sobering reminder that fame doesn't protect anyone from heartbreak, disappointment, or emotional pain. There were times when Stevie felt trapped in the middle of her emotions, torn between love, loyalty, and the instinct to protect herself. She has spoken candidly about the difficulty of maintaining her own emotional well-being while navigating the intense pressures of both a high-profile relationship and a demanding music career. This duality, being deeply in love while also feeling vulnerable and at risk of emotional harm, was something Stevie had to reconcile. She knew that the passion she shared with Lindsey was extraordinary, but she also realized that extraordinary passion often comes with extraordinary challenges. Despite the turbulence, Stevie's resilience has always been a defining trait. Rather than allowing the darkness of her experiences to define her, she transformed pain into creativity. The emotional highs and lows she endured with Lindsey became the raw material for some of Fleetwood Mac's most iconic and enduring songs. Every heartbreak, every argument, and every moment of longing was translated into music that millions of fans could feel deeply and relate to. It is this honesty, this willingness to embrace vulnerability and transform it into art, that has cemented Stevie Nicks as a legendary figure in rock history. Her story is not just about pain. It's about strength, survival, and the transformative power of music. By channeling difficult emotions into her songs, Stevie created something timeless, something that continues to resonate across generations. Her journey shows that even when relationships are complicated and life behind the scenes is messy, it is possible to emerge stronger, wiser, and more creative. Stevie's ability to turn personal hardship into universally relatable art is what makes her not only a remarkable musician, but also an inspiring human being. Ultimately, Stevie Nicks' revelations about her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham give fans an unfiltered look at the reality behind the legend. They remind us that even the most celebrated figures in music face heartbreak, struggle, and emotional complexity, and that it is through resilience and creativity that they are able to shine. Stevie's courage in speaking her truth has allowed her to reclaim her narrative, proving that strength is not the absence of pain, but the ability to rise above it and create something beautiful in spite of it. What makes Stevie Nicks' story truly remarkable and inspiring is not just her talent or the music she has created, but her ability to transform adversity into strength. After years of personal and professional turmoil with Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie emerged as a woman who had learned some of life's toughest lessons. The emotional roller coaster she experienced could have easily left her bitter or defeated, but instead, she used those challenges as stepping stones towards self-awareness and empowerment. Through reflection, hard work, and resilience, Stevie learned how to set healthy boundaries, protect her emotional well-being, and embrace her own identity, separate from the complexities of her relationship with Lindsey. This journey was not simply about surviving the hardships. It was about reclaiming her life and her sense of self, something that took courage and determination. Stevie's experiences also taught her a profound truth about love and relationships. Passion and intensity do not always equate to harmony or happiness. Love, as she has learned, can be complicated, messy, and sometimes even painful. Recognizing that fact and understanding that pain is a natural part of life and relationships is a sign of maturity and emotional intelligence. For Stevie, learning to separate the beauty of love from the chaos it sometimes brings was essential for her personal growth. She realized that it is possible to cherish meaningful relationships while also maintaining one's own emotional health and autonomy. This insight allowed her to navigate life with a clearer perspective and a stronger sense of inner peace. Over the years, fans have watched Stevie evolve into a more reflective, self-aware version of herself. Gone is the image of someone trapped by the intensity of love or the weight of public scrutiny. Instead, she embodies a woman who can look back on her past without bitterness or regret, someone who has embraced her journey, both the highs and the lows, with honesty and grace. Her reflections are candid yet empowering, showing that it is possible to honor one's experiences while also learning from them. She doesn't shy away from the mistakes or heartbreaks. Rather, she uses them as lessons to guide her toward a better understanding of herself and her place in the world. Stevie's story serves as a powerful reminder that even when life feels chaotic and relationships seem messy, there is always room for growth, self-discovery, and healing. She teaches us that challenges do not define us. Our response to them does. By confronting the darkness of her past and learning from it, Stevie has not only strengthened herself as an individual, but also enriched her art, creating music that resonates deeply with people around the world. Her journey proves that resilience is not just about surviving difficulties. It's about turning those difficulties into opportunities for transformation and personal empowerment. In the end, Stevie Nicks' story is far more than a tale of rock stardom or romantic drama. It is a story of courage, growth, and self-realization. She reminds us all that while life may test us in ways we cannot predict, we have the power to rise above, learn from our experiences, and embrace the person we are meant to become. Her journey inspires millions, showing that no matter how tangled life becomes, it is possible to find clarity, strength, and peace within ourselves. Today, Stevie Nicks is far more than a rock legend. She stands as a living symbol of resilience, creativity, and emotional honesty, qualities that have defined not only her career, but also her life. While the story of her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham may be jaw-dropping, filled with emotional struggles, tension, and heartbreak, it also played a crucial role in shaping the artist and woman she has become. The trials she faced in love and life were not merely obstacles. They were formative experiences that helped her develop the strength, insight, and emotional depth that fans now admire. Without the challenges, her music and her voice might not have carried the same raw, authentic power that resonates with millions around the world. Stevie's journey illustrates a profound truth. The glitz, glamour, and fame of being a rock star do not shield anyone from life's hardships. Behind the sold-out concerts, awards, and iconic performances, real people endure real struggles. Stevie experienced the highs of success and the lows of personal conflict, showing that even the most talented and seemingly untouchable stars face challenges just like anyone else. Her openness about the struggles she endured with Lindsey Buckingham and the emotional toll it took is a rare glimpse into the vulnerability behind the legend. By sharing these experiences, Stevie offers fans an honest and relatable portrait of life in the spotlight, a life that is extraordinary yet deeply human. Her music continues to inspire millions worldwide because it is deeply rooted in these real-life experiences. Every song she wrote, every lyric she sang, carries the weight of her emotion, her triumphs, and her heartbreak. Songs like Rhiannon, Dreams, and Landslide are not just chart-topping hits. They are reflections of her journey, songs born from love, pain, resilience, and self-discovery. It is precisely this authenticity that connects her to her fans so profoundly. People see themselves in her music, recognizing their own struggles, joys, and growth mirrored in her artistry. Stevie's ability to transform personal adversity into universally relatable music is a testament to her enduring legacy. By sharing her story, Stevie encourages fans to embrace both the light and the dark in their own lives. She reminds us that struggle is not something to hide or feel ashamed of. It is part of the journey that shapes who we are. Her transparency about her personal challenges demonstrates that it is possible to overcome adversity and find strength, even when life feels overwhelming. In doing so, she has not only inspired countless individuals to pursue their dreams, but also taught them to confront difficulties with courage and resilience. In the end, Stevie Nicks' truth about her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham is far more than just scandalous gossip or tabloid fodder. It is a story about love, resilience, and the courage to remain authentic in the face of adversity. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments, it is possible to create beauty, find inner strength, and shine brighter than ever before. Stevie's journey is a timeless lesson that challenges, heartbreak, and personal struggles do not define us. They refine us, shape us, and ultimately empower us to rise, stronger and wiser, into the life we are meant to live.